Hello everybody, I'm SnipingIsFun. And this video right here is going to be my response to the Truth and WiiLover's whole Operation Rainfall video they did a couple days ago. Just like a ton of other people were doing it, so I decided I want to do it myself. And before I start this video, because I'm sure I know Nintendo and WiiLover are going to come across this video, this is not an attack on you guys. This is not an attack at all. It's just what you're saying is kind of stupid. Just saying. I don't have nothing against you guys. You guys are still pretty cool in my book. But the Operation Rainfall was like the first time I ever really disagreed with what you were saying in the video. Before that, I was either I agreed with it, I was okay with it, I was like indifferent on it, I was like, you know what, okay, whatever, that kind of thing. I always found I was never really against, for the most part, what you were saying. There's only like one thing that came out of your video of Operation Rainfall I will agree on. One little thing. If anyone leaves Nintendo because of this, they're stupid. But besides that, everything else is, all the other reasons and everything else both of you guys said were kind of stupid. But don't take offense to this. I'm trying to help you guys out here. And I think everyone else here has done a response to you as well. When they said Operation Rainfall, they basically said anyone that's supporting this, anyone that's signing petitions and doing all that stuff is stupid and not a real Nintendo fan kind of thing. Or, they're saying a pretendo, stuff like that. What I don't understand is why. Nintendo fans are not forced, to play the same games, to like the same kind of genres or franchises or anything. I don't think there's no such thing as a real Nintendo fan. Different people play different games from Nintendo. Like, I'm a Nintendo fan. Game Reviews is a Nintendo fan. ECC Wii is a Nintendo fan. Dark Cloud 1983 is a Nintendo fan. Pyro Tycoon, Michael Link, Patriot7Me, Jason Moore 87. Every one of these other people from the End of Nation, and you're basically going against all the fellow Nintendo gamers and saying they're not really fans because they're supporting this because they want to have games for their system. But you're like, no, you know what? You guys don't need these games. You guys have Fortune Street coming. It's finally coming over to America. You guys have the next Mario Party. You guys have Wii Play Motion. You guys have Rhythm Heaven. And Zelda Kirby. I'm sure everyone will agree on Zelda and Kirby. I'm going to get Zelda and Kirby. I love those franchises. The other four are debatable to me. Not saying I wouldn't try them out in the future. Maybe I would try them out or something. Maybe a few of them I would try out. But it's not guaranteed. Like Zelda and Kirby are. And basically what you're saying is you're forcing people who want to play RPGs on the Wii to go and play a minigame collection in Wii Play Motion, a Monopoly clone in Fortune Street, a rhythm-based game in Rhythm Heaven, and another party game in Mario Party. How does that really equal out? These guys have a preference for like an RPG, but you're telling them to suck it up and play other games that aren't RPGs that they may or may not be interested in. That's the whole point I don't get here. And you're like, oh, if you want to play an RPG, you're going to wait till next year to get Dragon Quest X. We don't know when Dragon Quest X is coming out. We don't even know if it's still the Wii. I want it to still be the Wii. I want more Wii games, but we don't know if it's still going to be the Wii. 2012 for Wii games is very, very bleak right now. We don't know nothing besides Dragon Quest X if it's still there. That's all we know. If any of these games come out in early 2012, that's all we know. The reason why people want these games is because, and I made a video at the beginning of the year on this, and I agree I was wrong then, but this was at the beginning of the year. This was before E3. This was before all that, before the year really even officially started. We are in a drought right now. We're getting like no games at all, besides like Zelda, Kirby, and I don't know who else would agree with me on this, but we did get like the likes of The Blob 2, Lost in Shadow, and Trackmania at the beginning of the year, so we didn't really have a drought at the beginning of the year. It only started around like maybe April or May, like March, April, May kind of thing. We haven't really had it all year. We only had it for a couple months, but it looks like it's going to be continuing into 2012 for the Wii. There's one thing I have to say. At E3, I loved E3. All the 3DS games, like the Wii U news, Zelda and everything. There's one thing that I was disappointed in E3, and that was lack of Wii games. Lack of Wii games were the reason why I thought was the only thing I was mad about, the only thing I was disappointed in at Nintendo's E3. Yes, we got Skyward Sword. We got the little labels at the back, again, on the screen at the end of their conference, but we didn't get really nothing else, and it shows you that really nothing else is coming out when really things should be coming. People like Nintendo's like, oh, the Wii is a dying system. They want people to go over to the 3DS before getting the Wii U. Not everyone is a console and a handheld gamer, so they're trying to force people into the handheld market that may very well never have went there in the first place, to then wait to spend $250 and so on and so forth on games for next year, pretty much $400 or so, whatever Wii U is to buy their system just to get console games. That's not right if that's what they're doing. I highly doubt that's what they're doing, but if that is what they're doing, that's kind of, they're just trying to grab money from people here. Because, specifically console gaming here. And this is, I don't want to say Nintendo of Europe or Nintendo of Japan are doing this, because I'm sure Nintendo of Japan, it's getting a ton of games still. Nintendo of Europe, basically all those 3 localizations are coming to Europe next year, besides Xenoblade, which is at the end of this year. So they got games coming out before Wii U comes out. America has like nothing almost. It seems like Nintendo of America are trying to kill off the Wii, when really what they should be doing, and this is how I see it, and I think a ton of other people would see it, and this is pretty much what all the other Nintendo from other countries are doing, is they should have the Wii go off a bang. What I find funny, and I wrote this comment in here, and I was actually not quite surprised that people agree with me, people were thumbs up in my comment, were that, I was like, I find it funny that you guys love the Wii so much. You play the games, and you face off against like the haters of the system, but yet you don't want the system to go out with a bang. You don't want games to come out with the system. You want less games for the Wii. I'm like, who wants less games coming out for their system? Seriously, who in their right mind wants less games coming out for their system? I want games. I have a Wii right now. The Wii U is not out right now. The Wii is the system in stores. The Wii U is not coming out until like the end of next year, and there's no chance it's ever going to come out in the first half of the year. I highly doubt that. If anything, it's coming out around E3 time. If that's the earliest I can see it coming. And yet, I want to play games up until that point. Like people have said, I was probably too young at the time to really notice this, but the Super Nintendo, as far as I heard, had games leading up into the Nintendo 64. With the Nintendo 64 and the GameCube, they had a drought. They went out. They fizzled out when the Super Nintendo had games. I would like the Wii to go out like the Super Nintendo went out, with a bang, with games, not fizzling out. And I would expect someone like you two, who love this system so much and want to play games on it, and you like say how great the system is, and you play the system and all that, would want those games too. Anybody would want games on their system would want games on their system, especially leading up until like the next system. What do we have to play leading up into that thing? You're like, you know what? You guys could just. It's the end of the system. They're not going to put nothing on it. Well, of course, you're not going to put nothing major on it, but that's what these localizations come in for. These localizations could help out in the 2012 front. And if Xenoblade maybe could be helping out this fall for America. That's why these people want these games to come here. They want to help out with this drought we have right now. And like Dark Cloud 1983 said, they wanted these games before the drought even came along. I just want games to play. I mean, I'm looking forward to Zelda. I'm looking forward to Kirby. If Grinder still comes out, I might try it out, but I'm not fully sure. And like every other year I get the WB game, I will get WB12. And since there is no PS2 version this year, you better not make it a PS2 port. You better really improve the Wii version this year. Or I have a video for you guys if before then, and if you do that. I'm calling you out now. I already know how lazy you guys are. I'll call you even more lazy if something like that happens. But seriously, I just want games to play on my system before then. Yes, I'm getting a 3DS, but 3DS is going to make up for the handheld department. It's not going to make up for the console department. I would like to have console games to play on my way to the Wii U, which I'm not going to be getting next year. If anything, I'll probably get the earliest be 2013, because I never buy a system at launch. Everybody else in End of Nation probably will. Good for you. Congratulations. I just don't really want to buy a system at launch. Not saying I won't buy it because the Wii U is going to be awesome to buy it, but I'm just saying, The 3DS will take up for the handheld department. It's not going to take up for the console department of games. And that's why me, and I'm sure many others, are going in Operation Rainfall. We want games to lead up to that. We want to be able to have at least quite a bit of games before then. And right now, as of now, I really only have like 3 games to look forward to. Maybe a 4th one if Dragon Quest X still comes out next year. And maybe a 5th one if I'm really interested in Grinder, which is a maybe. Rhythm Heaven, Fortune Street, Mario Party 9, and Wii Play Motion. I might get around to playing at least 2 of those. And I'd say out of any of them, the ones that interest me the one that actually interests me the most is Fortune Street. It does look kind of interesting, but it's not to the point where I actually think I will get it. Really, if anything, I might try it out in the future, but I'm not sure if I will. Really look forward to the game. I'm not really looking forward to it. Those games I might try out. I might try out Wii Play Motion in the future. It does look like an improvement over the first Wii Play, but it's not a big game I'm interested in. Mario Party 9, if it's not a big improvement over the previous Mario Party games, I might not even. I'm not that interested in it. I haven't even bought a single Mario Party game. I've rented all of them and played all of them before, but I never was super interested in the series to actually go out and buy a game. I rented the first 3. I rented all of them. I rented the DS one. I borrowed my friend's copy of 2 before. I played them. I like the games, but it's not been like I'm super interested in. I've never played the DS Rhythm Heaven. I'm not super interested in that game. It's a music rhythm-based game. It might be interesting. It does look pretty cool, but I'm not super interested in it. That's kind of thing. And then 2012 is we don't know anything about 2012 at all. And I'm just supporting Operation Rainfall. I'm sure everybody else has their own preference, or maybe they are all the same with me, because I want to support Operation Rainfall, not just because I'm interested in these games. I love RPGs, and I want to play these games, but because I want games on the Wii. I want more games to play. But then you're like, you know what, you can just go back and buy all the old games. You know what? I agree with that. You can. There's still a ton of games I want to go back. I still want to get Trauma Team. I still need to get Punch-Out. Real King Story, Zack and Wiki, all those old games. But you can't only look forward to looking back on games. You have to look forward to stuff. You can't only look back on old games. You have to look forward to newer games. And all I look forward to now is Zelda, Kirby, and WB12. And maybe Grinder, and whenever Dragon Quest X comes out, if it's still Wii, which I hope it is. All the other games I'm not super interested in. I may try them, like I said, but I'm not super interested in them. Like I would be if these 3 games were coming to America. And all 3 of them are coming to Europe. All 3 of them are going to get like an English dub over in Europe. And I actually heard the Xenoblade one. Yes, people may be turned off by the whole British accent kind of thing. I think it's fine. I heard it. I think it sounds good. I think it sounds okay. It's fine with me. I just want to play the game and understand what they're saying. And that's why I'm supporting this. I'm going to make some flyers. I'm going to take some flyers and put them out. I was on the Facebook. I made videos, and I'm still going to make more videos in the future. Look out for those people. Look out for those videos, people. They're going to be coming sooner or later. And everything else. I'm going to hopefully get into this letter campaign that they're doing, mail-in order campaign. I signed K-Wing's petition, which I'll probably put in my info on this video. Or in the comment section or something. So if anyone hasn't signed it yet, please go sign it. Right now it's about over 4,000 signatures, and it's still growing. It's only been up for a couple of days, since like last Thursday or so. I don't know. It's been up for almost a week, I think. And that's why I'm supporting that. And I'm going to continue supporting it. But on the one thing, though, I wanted to talk about before I end this thing, and this is specifically towards WiiLover, right here. He wrote in the comment, he said it in his video when he did it by himself. He said it in the video with the truth, and he wrote in the comment section, actually a response to me, responding back with my comment. And other people's comments, I'm sure, too. He's like, how can anybody be excited to play these games? How can anybody be interested in these games if they have not played them?